Hello students, welcome back to the online class of Semstar Global School. Myself Pratima Singh, and today we are going to continue our revision of chapter 25, that is what is government. Now the first topic of our revision is that what is the meaning of universal adult franchise. So universal adult franchise means any person who is above the age of 18 years and have registered their name in their voter lists and own a voter's ID card can cast their vote. This is known as universal adult franchise, and it is regardless of caste, religion, race, sex, literacy, wealth, and so on. So no person should be discriminated to cast their vote on the basis of these things. Then the second topic is that what was the struggle fought by the women of different countries for getting the universal adult franchise. So first thing, that is what is the meaning of suffrage. So the word suffrage means the right to vote in an election. Like nowadays, every person has the right to cast their vote regardless of any discrimination. It was not same in the earlier times. Women were not allowed to vote as the people used to think that women are meant for household works, and if they will start participating in politics, they will neglect their responsibilities and mothers and wives. Then the second point is that movement started in America, and as a result, women in various parts of the world got the right to vote. In the late 19th and 20th century, women became educated. They wanted to be involved in the political affairs of the country and be treated as equal to men, which led to suffragette movement, which started in Australia in 1902 and in USA in 1920. Then there was a lady named Emmeline Pankhurst. She was the pioneer of the movement. She started this movement for getting equal right for the women to cast their vote. Then the fourth point says about the National Union of Women Suffrage Societies. So this society was formed in United Kingdom. The members of the union used to write letters to politicians, protest for their rights, write articles, and as a result in 1918, women who were of more than 30 years got the right to vote. And the last point of this topic is that result of the protest and actions taken by the union. Like in Denmark, the right to vote of women was given in 1915. In Belgium, it was given in 1921. Then France 1944, Japan 1945, and Greece 1934. In India, as soon as India got independence in 1947, the women were given the right to vote who were of more than 18 years. So this was about the suffragette movement. Now we will talk about the anti-apartheid struggle. The policy of discrimination against the blacks by the whites in South Africa was called apartheid. A policy of racial segregation was followed by the National Party government of South Africa between 1948 and 1994. Under this, the majority, that were black people who were the inhabitants of South Africa, were discriminated against. They were denied of human rights and political rights by the minority, who were white people who used to rule in South Africa. Then non-white people could not vote in South Africa and also can't say anything against the government. Then Nelson Mandela was the person who led the anti-apartheid movement in South Africa. He spent over 27 years in prison for the cause. Finally, the blacks were given freedom and they formed their own government in 1994. They voted for the first time in the election of 1994, and Nelson Mandela won the election and became the first black president of South Africa. So this was it about the anti-apartheid struggle. Now we will talk about the importance of democracy. So the first point says that it helps in protecting the interests of citizens. People get the chance to vote on the key issues affecting their country or can elect representatives to make these decisions. Then the second point is that democracy promotes equality. One principle of democracy is that all people are equal in the eyes of the law, and every person gets a vote, and every person are equal. Then the third point is that preventing abuse of power. In democracies, people in authority are usually elected by people who vote for them. They are therefore responsible for carrying out the will of those who elected them, and if they misuse their position, they won't be re elected. Then, democracy also creates stability. Democracies have rules and laws that provide stability and protect human rights. Democratic government have time to make changes that are in the interest of everyone. So students, with this video we have completed the revision of chapter 25. Thank you.